First of all, congratulations on launching Survey I2I.
Thank you.
Interestingly, this has gained a lot of momentum as well in the market. So we get to hear a lot of buzz around it and people talking about this particular app as well. So as a first question, I would like to know from both of you about the product itself, and then we can go ahead with other pieces.
Yeah, Bhaskar. So thanks for talking good word about it. Yeah, the app which is called Survey I2I, I would say probably the first full-fledged app from Bridge I2I standpoint, and it really works and plays in the area of analyzing survey data. Now, we had always been thinking that survey is obviously an integral part of any business, and it had been an integral part of every business for a long time. And there had been a significant amount of investment and innovation in the space of collecting data. Look at SurveyMonkey, look at many other such companies. They really invested a lot of money in collecting data in a more innovative way, in a more inclusive way. On the other side, there had not been too much of investment and innovation on analyzing such data. And in many majority of the cases, still such data is typically being shipped to or collected by some agencies and analyzed by those agencies. There's nothing wrong in that, but the issues sometimes which corporates face is the flexibility around analyzing the data. You are sitting inside a leadership review. You have a set of slides with you. It has been prepared by probably the agency. A few question comes, different scenario comes. Unfortunately, you can't answer it immediately. You have to go back and check it. Second is, I think in many of the cases, the research managers are also handicapped by not having a tool where you can quickly analyze the data and see certain numbers beyond what's being really provided by agencies or others, because they're either handicapped by the fact that they might have to get into something like SAS, SPSS, or any other tools where they might have to write codes and get those numbers. And it becomes really a daunting task. Either they stop doing it or they might again go back to the agencies or go back to some analysts. And Survey I2I really plays in that space where it makes analysis of survey data not only easy, but also makes it much more available to people who are probably currently are not being able to do some of them. And it doesn't only look at, I think I talked about more looking at the data from different sides or cross tabulation, but that's probably the base of what Survey I2I has. It goes beyond that, and it has several advanced analytics functionalities, like key driver analysis, where you can correlate different events together and find out what's really impacting and overall satisfaction or loyalty, so to say. And at the same time, you look at the verbatim text and analyze that data, understand the sentiments, understand the typical type of things which is being talked about. Now, it really puts this whole ecosystem together in one tool, which is simple, which is not code based, which is not looking at the user and saying that, do you understand these numbers? Do you understand statistics? And that's really the value of Survey I2I. And I think broadly, if I talk about, it has an ability for you to kind of quickly upload the data. It can handle various different kind of sources of data. You can quickly download from say SurveyMonkey and upload the data here, and it will start working. You can do some usual data cleaning, data management inside the tool very simply. Do a lot of cross tabulation, go as much deep as you want to do by kind of drag drop analysis. You can then relate different factors. You can do text mining, and then there are two very important productivity aspects of the tool. One, you can take any of these charts by a click, take it to PowerPoint. You can keep on adding it to the PowerPoint at the end of your exercise. Download all of this PowerPoint tray together and ready for your, it's ready for your analysis. They're all editable PowerPoint charts. On the other side, suppose if you are running a periodic survey, a tracker getting updated every time, and you're getting it from your, from your analysts, from your um, agencies. If you have survey I2I, you upload the data once for the past wave, define what numbers, how you want to look at it. It creates a web dashboards in a very simple term. It records everything what you do, and the next time when you upload another data, all of those trackers gets updated without any additional work. So that's why while it makes certain advanced analytics accessible for everyone, it also allows you to do it much faster in a much more productive way. And that's what, in my mind, probably where Survey I2I kind of revolutionized the area of survey analytics.
All right, thank you. So, can you also speak a bit about the technical aspect of the product? So, what are the platforms that it's available on? What are the backends? How on what technologies is it made on? Things of more technical aspect, very briefly.
Absolutely. So, Bhaskar, I think it's a world of and it's an era of cloud, and the first and foremost what we have used in Survey I2I is using the cloud infrastructure.
Sure.
We right now use Amazon Web Services.
Okay.
We use its the whole security layer which Amazon provides. We are very sensitive about the fact that analytics deals with sensitive information and private information, and we have taken care of all the security aspects which is required. Where people can upload their data and it's completely secured and completely encrypted in the backend.
Okay.
And it has application level security. It has also security at the point of by Amazon. The whole tool is developed using various open source kind of softwares. The base of the tool is Java. We use some of the front-ending techniques like or technologies like Plex, Flash for developing some of the front ends. The back end of it contains some of the open source softwares like R, Python, depending on the use of it. But it's a completely homegrown open source based tool which contains a lot of algorithms. But all of those algorithms are really hidden in the back end, and not really kind of put up front to an individual who is using them.
All right. Thank you. My next question is more around how Survey I2I fits across the broader theme or broader roadmap that Bridge I2I wants to take going forward.
Yeah, maybe I can take this one, Bhaskar. This is Prithvijit here. I think broadly, being in the analytics space for the last 15 years or so, we saw some trends. Obviously, analytics is going to pick up. There's a lot more companies who wants to be more data-driven in their decision-making process. And there are various kind of needs in this whole process. One, there's a need to solve a lot more business problems based on data. And that's where there is a services play for players like us, where we go in, do our consulting layer to solve that business problem because of the expertise. The data scientists and the analytics statisticians kind of come into play there. Then there is also a need for a broader adoption, not just for statisticians to do more analytics, but open up this black box and really have analytics available to even business managers. Because in tomorrow's world, you don't want to just completely always rely on data scientists, because the focus of the data scientists should be only on solving newer problems. So then you want to give back to the business managers an ability to do certain analytics on their own. This what I call typically a consumerization of analytics in certain areas. Not all areas. There's still got to be data scientists who would be needed to solve a lot of newer problems. But there are certain areas which you can create applications and give it back to businesses of various sizes. If you see, today a lot of analytics is restricted to large enterprises. But smaller enterprises also wants to be more data driven, but they can't afford a big team just sitting and doing analytics. And that's where an application layer will help them get started and do a lot of areas which are probably already being solved by data scientists. And that's how we want to be in both the places. We want to be in the area of playing services to kind of solve a lot more problem, but we also want to be in the space of really help consumerize a lot more analytics and thereby almost become a catalyst for more and more companies to adopt analytics-based decision making. And that's how Survey I2I is one of the first such apps we've built on. We probably do a few more. We have been kind of investing into a few other similar areas. Like one of the other areas we are working on is forecasting, where certain amounts of business forecasting probably needs to be more consumerized again as a specific application. And that's where the next area that you're working on. So you select a few areas which fits into that whole thought process of an application that a business manager can pick up and run with it, while we have our data scientists solve newer business problems for the businesses.
All right.
And, I think I just to add to JP, I strongly believe in two aspects. One, I think in tomorrow's world, analytics needs to be accessible to more number of people. I don't think analytics will be a very linear process where somebody asks a question, it comes back to a set of analysts, and after 2 days it goes back to the individual. The individual has another set of questions, and it comes back again. Some of those scenarios has to be more dynamic in nature.
Sure.
I remember 10 years back we used to take a month for doing a statistical model. And nowadays in certain scenarios in e-commerce and others, things changes in 5 days. You can't really build a model over 15 days, right? So this dynamism and the need of making it much faster, so that you can really change along with the business, will need some of this kind of application, and that's really where we are investing.
All right. Okay. And in terms of your plans with this product, that is Survey I2I, how do you want to take it to the market right now? What demographics or geographies or different enterprises you are targeting right now? What are your plans around taking it to the market itself right now is?
Yeah, so our thought process on Survey I2I is fairly different from how we approach our services business actually. I think our thought process on Survey I2I is again very application driven. And the core applications in businesses where we feel there is a lot of need for something like this is, for example, customer service. In today's customer service managers actually almost always send back a question or a survey to understand how satisfied they are with the service they are providing, with the products they have. And again, typically a lot of tracking studies involved around the whole area. So that's surely one area which can be very significantly consumerized by having Survey I2I being available to such departments again. Similarly, for example, employee engagement. Typically, all the HR organizations today do a once a year kind of a survey, and then they kind of take up the action, shut down the whole thing. But there is no larger rapid deployment of continuous pulse surveys, which are kind of becoming more popular. And there's a need to even analyze those, and you cannot necessarily go back every time and to a specific group to analyze that survey. And today, the whole survey execution has become a DIY, do it yourself. So this attempt is to almost make the analysis part also DIY and have it available to HR managers. So similarly, there are lots of other applications where across business functions like education institutes, like probably healthcare, where there's a lot of understanding required on what customer wants, what experience will get them satisfied, what kind of market attributes important. So anything where you want to understand using survey, customer sentiments, employee engagement, market understanding, product reactions, really is where the product will be useful. So our approach would be similar. We want to kind of look at businesses adopting it. Here the idea would be also two-pronged. I think a lot of the areas around automation of the tracking studies makes it available for larger enterprises who spend huge millions of dollars today around tracking studies and going to research agencies to get the whole thing done. So this probably we can bring it down to a much more nominal expense for large enterprises.
Okay.
Similarly, smaller enterprises who have not been doing any analysis of their survey data gets a tool very easily in a cloud-based tool, very affordable, very easily accessible to use a tool to get quick insights. And that those are the two areas that we are kind of looking at to get more adoption. It is going to be a thought process would be on larger enterprises, a few of organizations picking it up, but also try to almost move to a pay-per-use model over a period of time, so the smaller companies can also adopt survey requirement.
Right. And I think you will see probably a little bit of innovation in the whole side of engagement model itself. As our plan on survey it really comes up in the next few quarters to come. Newer engagement models where we expect smaller organizations who are running probably one survey, two surveys, to kind of have that level of flexibility to work with us,
Okay.
right? All of those are on the cards on coming days.
Okay, sounds good. And what kind of initial traction that you are seeing from different customers or enterprises for this?
Right. So you know what? I think we went through a bitter phase with the product because um, the product has obviously certain aspects which are cross tabulations, but then there are certain more complex aspects. Key drivers, text minings, this whole without coding automation. Some of them are complex areas, and we have really gone through few beta customers who have used it, given us very valuable comments and thoughts on what needs to be changed, what needs to be added. And I think the common theme which we heard from some of the beta customers as well as couple of paid customers is that it's making it much more easier for them. And as a researcher, they're having much more flexibility in looking at the data very quickly and run some of the analysis which typically they don't really either run, or even if they run, they have so much of questions that they can't really get an answer about, right? So I think those are places where we got a pretty good and very vibrant kind of responses. Even I think in the last few days when we are going through pre-launch as well as launch exercise, we got a significantly good response. I think we have a good number of people who are already on the free trials. We are scaling up the infrastructure. It's on cloud, so not a big job, but still I think we got a good amount of response on all sides, either from using the tool or from the standpoint of coming back to us in terms of either an interest of partnering on certain areas or an interest of looking at the tool more closely, or for a demo. I think I'm pretty excited about what we're hearing in the market.
Yeah, and the other one probably is almost getting it as a one-stop shop. So some of the clients came back, they were using very different tools for each of the features of Survey I2I. They were probably using doing cross tabs using one tool. They were using text mining through another tool. Their whole web dashboards were kind of using another vendor. So a variety of those are kind of completely getting into a single tool, which is also where you don't need to do any programming or you don't need to be a statistician to do it, which is the easiness, but still giving the level of insights that you typically get by using multiple tools. So that's another big feedback that we've got.
Right.